Good morning, students. Welcome to the 11th class. And in that, in botany and biobotany subject, you're going to study the first chapter, Diversity of Living World. In that, the first topic is Attributes of Living World in that growth. So before we going to the topic in detail, you must know the title of the chapter, Diversity of Living World. So diversity means differences between the living organism. So you can hear this word diversity in social or unity is diversity. Unity in diversity. What is unity in diversity? ஒற்றுமையில் வேற்றுமை. So our country is also unity in diversity. Okay, because of various types of people are living in our country. Based on the religion, based on the caste, it is divided. But also if we get any problem, we all together to fight against the particular problem. That is called unity in diversity. The same way here also, the diversity means difference in living world. So we have, that is we human being have a different life of living in the world, and the animals they have a different life of living in the world, and plants they live in a different way. So for plants they need sunlight, water to prepare the food. Okay, but animals depend on plants for food. Okay, and the human beings we depend on plants and animals. Okay, so for food itself there is so many differences. One has to depend on another for food. And same way, that is here you can see the picture, the world is surrounded, that is in the world has unicellular forms, multicellular forms and higher organism forms are seen around the world is there. They are living, that is the viruses and bacteria is also there. Amoeba is also there. And the euglena algae like substance is also there. That is the algae fungi is also present in the world. The animals are present in the world. Plants is present in the world. Okay, so the world, in the living world, these organisms are the living things. They are living in the world. So there is a diversion between each and every organism. So the first example is human beings and the monkey. So we have evolved from, that is we the human beings are evolved from monkey. Monkey, as you know. So the monkey had want the food. So it will jump from one tree to another tree for food. If he got in a particular tree, if the monkey is getting the food, he will take, that is the monkey will take it. But the man, the human being has scheduled the time for the food. So morning 8 o'clock you have breakfast, 12 o'clock afternoon 12 o'clock you have the lunch, and by 7 p.m. you have your dinner. So this is the scheduled time for human being. But monkey, it won't have any scheduled time. Whenever it gets the food, it will take, that monkey will take the food. So like that, each and every organism has difference in living in the world. And the virus and bacteria, I have to talk about the virus because now in our country, not only in our country, in our world, it is a pandemic disease is spreading. The pandemic means the disease is spread throughout the world. That is the meaning for pandemic. So viruses and bacteria are omnipresent. Omnipresent means they are present throughout the world. Okay, that is. But you and I are present throughout the world. You and I are staying in the Tamil Nadu in a small district. But it is present throughout the world. What it is present? The bacteria and virus. So that is also a difference in the living world. So now you understand the diversity of the living world, differences in life leading on the world. Okay. So how you are living on the world, there is a diversion between each and every organism. There is a difference between each and every organism, that is called diversity of living world. So in that you can see the attributes of the living world. So first we will see about the growth, and next nutrition, movement, reproduction, excretion, that is excretion, irritability, respiration, metabolism. These are the attributes. Attributes means characters. It is not only meant for the plants because we are talking about the biobotany and botany. So not only it deals with the plants, it deals with the animals also. That's why they had given it as attributes of living organisms. Attributes means what? Characters. So each and everyone has a character, no? You students have a mischievous character, no? Okay. Like that, I am have a different character, and our other teachers have different characters. Okay, like that, here also in the living organism have different characters. That characters is important for each and every organisms. So in this we're going to see the growth. So growth means what? Growth means what? You are growing. Think when you are in your mother's womb, mother's stomach or womb, okay, in your mother's uterus, okay. So what will you think? In the first month you was a single cell, unicellular. By the 10th month you are a baby. You are delivered, your mother delivered you as a baby. So how it takes place? The single cell divides 2, 4, 6, the multiples like that, it divides and it develops into a baby. So there what you can see? Growth. And you can also see a small, that is you are from LKG to now you are in 11th standard. No. So the length in LKG you are too short. But now in 11th standard, you was grown up and your age may be 15. Okay. In LKG, your age is 3. So grown up, how you can notice? By the height. Okay, by the height and the weight, we are noticed. So that is the growth. This was seen not only in you, this was seen in a plant also. You are putting a small seed in the soil. 2 or 3 days after, the seed, that is the plumule, will come out. From the plumule the plant will arise and it will grow, and after 1 or 2 years you will get fruits and flowers and fruits. Okay, so that is the growth. So growth has 2 types of properties: intrinsic property and eccentric property. Okay, intrinsic and eccentric. So the first one is plants. So in plants you can see the growth. There is no stoppage of growth. It's going on growing until you cut the plant. Okay, you cut the tree, there is no tree. So until the plant is cut, it goes on growing. There is no definite, that is, there is no stoppage. So the growth is indefinite in plants. Okay, indefinite in plant life. And in animals, the growth is definite and only for some period. So we human beings, our growth is fast till 25 years. After that, it starts, the growth is very slow. And for us, that is in animals, the growth is definite. That is only for some period it will grow. After that it stops. But after that what will happen? We have to go to the next stage. So a person is born and the person has to die, no? So because of that, the growth is definite only for some period. Okay, eccentric growth. Eccentric growth is seen in non-living things. Mountains, boulders, sand and mounds. How they grow? How they grow? So you can see that is interesting pictures, that is here a mountain that it grows by day by the surface, through the surface it grows. Okay, the mountain grows, the boulders grow, the sand is also grow, but we can't able to see it. That is the growth there, we can not able to see it, but it is growing. Okay, so that this is not in your book, this is for your understanding I had given this. Next, intrinsic growth. Intrinsic growth is seen in the living things only. So even the bacteria and amoeba is also grow by cell division. They are single cell only. They grow by cell division. So a single cell multiply to produce more cells. Here you are seeing the more cells, and the arrow mark shows how it divides and produce the cells. Okay. So even not only the multicellular organisms, even the unicellular organisms like bacteria and amoeba also grow by cell division. Okay, this is intrinsic growth. And cellular structure. So cellular level, and all living organisms are made up of cells. That you agree, no? Because we in our mother's uterus, single cell developed into a baby form by the 10th month. Okay, so that means all living organisms are made up of cells. And the cells are of two types: prokaryotic, eukaryotic. Pro means first, karyos means nucleus. So first formed nucleus is called prokaryotic. Eukaryotic means eu means true, karyo means nucleus, that is true nucleus. Okay, we will see the prokaryotes in detail. So prokaryotes are unicellular. You can see here the bacteria, they are unicellular, and you have asked why, means this is a chain form, this is in chain form, but they are chain form, but they are divided here in this position. No, you can see the partition, the line is separating here, here also one line is separating. So that is single cell only, that is prokaryotes are unicellular. And they don't have membrane bounded organelles like mitochondria. The mitochondria you have studied it in 10th standard, and you had do the diagrams also about the mitochondria. Wonderful diagrams have been done by you, and I had corrected it also. So the mitochondria and chloroplast, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, these are the membrane bounded organelles, but this is absent in prokaryotes. And the example for prokaryotes is bacteria and blue-green algae. Eukaryotes, that is true nucleus. That means it has well-developed nucleus. And membrane bounded organelles is mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus are present and well developed. Even unicellular amoeba is also an eukaryote because it contains all the cell organelles and well developed nucleus. And multicellular woodogonium is also an example for eukaryotes. We human beings and higher plants are also example for eukaryotes. And I had given a picture here of the cell which contained all organelles, that is you can see the nucleus here, that is this is the nucleus part, and this is the, you can see endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, vacuoles, they are present in the cell. So okay, the cell, this is an eukaryotic cell, and this is also not in your book. What are the pictures I had given here that is not present in your book? For your better understanding, I had given these pictures. The only thing is the attributes of a living world, that is from your book, and the eukaryotes, that is the thing, the eukaryotes picture and the prokaryote picture and the intrinsic and extrinsic picture is not in your book. Don't be afraid of it to do the diagram in your notebook. You please take notes of the eukaryotes and prokaryotes, notes and the attributes, that is a flow chart. Okay, flow chart. Hope you understand what is eukaryotic and what is prokaryotic. This is the question I am giving you, and thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel.